Obsessive compulsive disorder is a fairly common disorder, sometimes known as OCD. And it occurs when people have an incredible sense of responsibility for others, or they feel they might cause harm to some people. For example, some people might feel that they might spread diseases or catch germs, and so they're compelled to wash their hands many, many more times than normal. What you might find is if you touch a door handle, you might feel that you have to go and wash your hands before you can open the door or shut the door again. And this can happen time and time again throughout the day. And so in the end, it has a real impact on your life. Other people might feel that they would cause harm to someone else, and so they feel the need to check light switches, plug sockets, gas cooker knobs to make sure that things are turned off. But they can't be satisfied with turning them off just once, and so they're compelled to do it time and time again. And likewise, it tends to have an impact on their life, so that many, many hours are taken over with this checking ritual. When people have these thoughts, it makes them feel very anxious. And so what sometimes people feel tempted to do is to ask other people to help them with their checking procedures, their friends or their family members. But unfortunately, this doesn't really help. It just helps to reinforce the fact that it's needed to do that. So one of the things we would ask people to do is just to try and sit with their anxiety and reduce the number of times they feel compelled to do things. For example, as I said before, some people might feel if they touch a door handle, they'd need to go immediately to wash their hands. But what we might encourage you to do is just to wait 15 minutes before you wash your hands. And then perhaps the next time you try it, you'd wait half an hour before you'd go and wash your hands. And so by doing that, you would reduce the number of times that you'd need to wash or wipe a surface down before you have to do it again. So the alternative way that you could help yourself, instead of increasing the amount of time that passes before you need to do the checking, would be to reduce the amount of times that you need to wash your hands or do your checking ritual. For example, as I mentioned before, some people might feel the need to switch off a light 4 or 5 times before they're happy that it's been done properly. Or they might need to check a plug socket 4 or 5 times before they can leave the room. So one of the ways you might like to help yourself is, instead of checking it 5 times, you would reduce it to 4 times and then 3 times, eventually, so that you would have a message in your head that would say, I can check this once and properly, and that's all that you would need to do. Obsessive compulsive disorder is naturally a very distressing disorder, and we do understand how hard it is to come to terms with it. What our main aim is to help you learn to face your anxieties so you don't feel compelled to do your washing symptoms or your checking or get others involved in helping you with your anxieties. What we'd like you to do is face your anxiety by staying with it until the anxiety levels reduce, which they will do. And then you don't feel the need to be doing your checking or your hand washing or whatever your compulsion's asking you to do. Sometimes you might need a little help with this, and so you could visit our website where we have leaflets on coping with anxiety and on OCD, so that you can read a little bit more about it and understand it further. However, we know that many people still struggle with this, and so you may need to go to your GP, or you could phone us on our free phone number.